Tuned in to iLLANOiZE Radio, Chicago's most valuable radio show. And as always, we bring you guys the illest guests from around the city and globe. And today we got Lyrical in the building.
I forgot we were supposed to clap for a minute. And then I just heard Jones clap.
With the brah.
Yeah.
Blah.
So you gotta show her love, man. She came through with a book this time.
Yes.
Go, girl, with you go, girl. You go, girl.
You know me and
Jones do this to everybody.
I love him now so much.
History.
So much history.
You an author, my nigga. It's 2 books. You gotta be your belt. Check you out.
Jones,
Write about
why your voice
me.
get so hot?
Write
Be
about me.
happy. That's the sound of happiness
Right
right
about
there.
Jones
me.
just hit a falsetto.
Okay, I'm gonna write about you.
Write a book
I'm
about me.
okay, 2012.
Yeah.
The Adriana's.
Yeah. Jones What You Own, Volume 1 by Lyrical. Yeah. Oh, God. They ain't gonna know what to do with me. I want to be on the cover like you in all white.
Ooh.
With all the colors. I want some pretty colors like that. I just need the purple. Yeah, that's a nice color. Yeah. Check
his
you
mic
out.
off.
Before we get into the book, Lyrical, how you doing, first and
I'm
foremost?
good. I'm good. I'm healthy.
I was just about to say
I'm
you've been
good.
taking care of
I'm
yourself.
Healthy. Yes. I am peeled up.
I hear that.
Oregano pills, elderberry pills, biotin, vitamin D,
Vitamin D.
Look.
oil, vitamin D, and vitamin D.
Okay. That's the most important one because that'll keep you stress free
On the keep that your system right.
and keep your
Right.
heart beat right too.
Get your pulse right.
Yeah. Keep your blood flowing.
You know, hey, we thank you for making your way down here from the A as well. You know, how the A been treating you lately?
It's cool. I just live in my house and live on the basketball court with my son.
Oh, speaking of your son, I saw the
all.
quote in the book from him too.
Kamari.
Yeah,
That's my man.
appreciate you pulling up on me in the A as well.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Definitely bought my book. Y'all see that? Got my
About 2.
show did.
About
Got
2.
got my autograph and all. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, snap.
Yeah, I was on it. When I'm like, let me slide on. Well, you slid on me. I'm like, let me get this book while I'm down here. Definitely read it, and you know we got to jump into it. What inspired your second book?
First of all, that's funny as hell because he keep.
He be on it, don't he? Shout out Raw.
The music industry. The music industry. I've been in the industry for going on 13 years now, and these artists, you know, they artists, and so I've been getting like pulled to write something for artists for the longest. Like Lyrical, you need to write an industry book. Lyrical, you need to, and it's like, no, I don't want to do that shit because it's so much. You can't compile like 13 years into a book and not like really tell all. You know what I'm saying? So I just one day just was like, okay, let me just write this. So I wrote it in 4 hours.
You want the book in 4 hours?
I wrote
Damn.
it in
Okay,
4
you like
hours.
a rapper.
Ketchup,
Damn,
mustard.
bars.
Okay. That's them real bars. Y'all better catch up, mustard.
I wrote it literally in 4 hours. It's an 8-year book, but I wrote it in 4 hours, and it got edited. I sent it out to my editor the next day. I had 2 of them, one in LA and one here. I sent it to them. I never proofread it. I just was like, here, take this shit. That's what y'all been wanting. Here, take it. So I wrote it, and I never went back and read it. I had to go back and read it because Envion, Will, hit me up and was like, hey, you need to do an audio. Mm-hmm. So I had to go in, and I recorded it for iTunes. And that was the first time, like, I had heard it with my voice, and I wrote it, and I read it, and yeah.
I gotta know, what was this process like for you? Because, like you just said, you also did the audio version and put it on, you know, Apple Music where people can stream it. And I know it's gotta, you know, I'm pretty sure you ran into some obstacles because, of course, you gotta write, and then you gotta go into the studio and then read what you write for the public to hear. So, how was that process for you?
It was a one hit. It was like a one take.
Rapper.
I didn't do. I'm telling you, because Will is so good. So we talked about it before I did it, because at first I was like, I don't want to do it because everybody says I had this country accent now. And I'm like, I feel like I probably sound like shit. And he was like, no, Lyrical, you got this voice. You need to do it. And he was like, just get in there. And so I read it. Like, we broke it up, and I read it like one shot. Didn't have to go back and make it. But it was like, it was in my belly. So it was like I had to get the shit out. I wanted to get it away from me, get it out, because people have been bothering me about it. Like, I need you to give us like a tutorial or give us like some type of direction with it. So I'm like, okay, here's the book. I'm going to just, here. They go, y'all, a little gift from me.
So when they was like, yo, Lyrical got another book out, and she coming in, so we're going to have the interview on the book. I'm like, yo, 2 weeks ain't enough time to read a Lyrical book, G.
Somebody else said that.
And then I saw how they're like, this little ass book.
Yeah.
This is where the other one at.
Yeah.
So, like, what made you make it, like, just, how did you just stuff?
Yeah, because you said,
It's 8 years.
In
8
four,
years,
first of all, in 4 hours,
hours.
and this is not, like
it's
the
not
thickest
big
book.
at all.
So,
I just, what happened, I was out, somebody pissed me off.
Okay.
I know how that
So
goes.
it always goes like
just
that.
get
Somebody pissed me off, and I was just like, I was sitting at home. Kamari wasn't at home, and I had my candles lit, and I had my little ambiance, whatever. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna write this book. I'm gonna just write it because I've been writing it in my mind for like 8 years. You know what I'm saying? It's been in my mind, but I've been through so much with so many people. You cannot physically put Jones in the book. You can't put everybody in the book.
Don't guess.
I couldn't put you in the book. I got history with you. I couldn't, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't put
I'll
it
leave
in
her alone so she can write this book with me
I
in it
couldn't
now.
put you in it for poetry. I couldn't put it all in there. So I had prayed before I wrote it, and I was like, it was like 7 o'clock. And I was like, let me just pull out my laptop, go to Word. No matter of fact, I went to an email, like a blank email, and I typed my editors in there. And I was like, look, I'm about to just send y'all something. I didn't even tell them it was the book. So I just got to, I didn't format it. I just got to like, and so before that, I had text everybody, like the quotes in the book. I was like, tell me what don't change means to you. Put it in perspective for me. And they were like, what you mean? I'm like, just tell me what
Answer my question.
Just answer the question. Not even knowing that I was going to put them in a book and it was going to help them too. I'm always about trying to help some people. So as they were sending it to me, and they all sent it to me at the same time. Kamari was in practice. He actually had to break. So I was like, and so I just kept typing and typing and typing and typing, and then I was just like, okay. And that's how it went.
So at what point? Oh, I'm sorry, not my bad.
Sis.
Like, since you like did that process, at what point did you feel like you was done? Was it just like it's all out of your head and onto this blank email, or was there just like an internal feeling like? Okay.
It was internal because it was like drinking a bottle of water. Like as I was writing it, and then I was getting angry because I was like, I got so much to say. Like, how do you say this? And then as I was writing the book, I'm like, okay, but don't change. But some people do need to change. You know what I'm saying? So I was trying to put it in perspective, but I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to just write. That's what you got editors for. I'm going to just write, like, whatever. But as I was writing, it was like the years was, like, trickling. Like, okay, 2013. Okay, 2015. Okay, 2016. Okay, damn, come on, 2020, come on. You know what I'm saying? So then at the end, I don't even know how I ended it. I don't know.
So do you feel like you were satisfied with the book? Because it feels like you just so nonchalant about it.
She like a rapper.
Like even though like you said you haven't really read it, but you did like listen to it.
I listened to it.
Right. So were you satisfied with the final product?
I'm never gonna be satisfied with music, ever. You know what I'm saying? Like now, people want me to write a third book, and I'm saying, like, okay, well, if I do a third book, it's going to be on contracts and negotiations because it has to be about, like, the perspective of what is being fucked up in music that people, like, don't understand. But I don't want to be the responsible party for doing that. So it's like, this was just like, first of all, this is from God. This ain't from me. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is from,
You spoke about God a lot in the book, too,
This is nothing from me. Because if it was from me, you would have got Jones. You would have got Dan from Adrian. You would have got so much. You would have got everybody in it, but it wasn't about that. It was like, okay, tell me what you want me to write, and I'm going to put it in here, and I'm going to whatever, and that's what it's going to be. And that's what it is. So I don't think I'm ever going to be, it's not that I'm nonchalant, it's just that I feel like, okay, what's my next challenge?
You got it out the way.
Yeah, I had to get it out.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, what we gonna do is we gonna jump into a quick music break. We got A-Way with Scars coming your way, and then we gonna get back into Don't Change, because you got some dope quotes, you got some dope literature in this book, and we definitely finna talk about it. So y'all keep it locked with us right here on iLLANOiZE Radio. Make sure to check out the Ill List playlist, in which we provide you with the latest tracks we play live on our show. Head over to Spotify and search iLLANOiZE Radio to follow our playlist, as well as follow our podcast. Now let's get back to the show.
Yo, what's up? It's your girl, Pretty Right, and you just tuned back into iLLANOiZE Radio. If you listening to me in your headphones, I need you to turn me all the way up. Turn me all the way up, period. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're watching my beautiful face on YouTube. And make sure you put that iLLANOiZE app on your phone, because if you don't have it on there, what are you doing? What are you waiting for? You're tweaking. Big cap.
Yes. Oh, come on. Look. You using her. I'm booking her.
Okay, but look. Book me.
Book her.
Book me to talk for you.
Did y'all hear that?
Yes. She can moderate to all that.
All that.
Look, we stand the multi-talented queen. Speaking of multi-talented queen, sitting down with Lyrical, talking about this book. So, I just want to know what "don't change" mean to you at your mouth right now.
Don't change means definitely change your underwear.
Okay.
But don't change just means don't get yourself into a situation where you feel like because you have a little bit of clout and you have a little bit, your life has been like further just a tad bit, that you feel like you have to act like you're better than the people that helped you get to where you need to be. So
Bite the hand that feeds you.
Yeah, don't burn the bridge, because you can't build my bridge back up.
Yeah.
What's some things you had to change
About yourself.
about yourself? Getting into this.
Because I thought about what I had to change about my life, and I'm like, shh.
Before I got into the industry, I was very, very, very shy. Very shy. Very shy. Like, did not, like, speak, whatever. I got into the industry, and then I became very vocal. And then about 3 years ago, because of the relationship that I was in with a particular person that we all know, I lost my voice. And I didn't, like, do things that I should have done because of a relationship. And I changed. I changed within myself. And I didn't realize, like, what I was doing to myself to harm myself in the end, because I was building characters up, as always, as I do in the entertainment industry, because it's entertainment. And as I'm building people up, I was, like, diminishing my value, and I wasn't remembering who I was. And I was, like, building these individuals up and not getting appreciated the way that I needed to get appreciated. So I was quiet, and I never said nothing, and I never fought. I never spoke on it. I just kind of left it alone, and so I changed.
So, like, hearing you say being in a relationship, you kind of lost your voice. And I think that actually happens with a lot of women. You know, like, I'm a lot younger. I've seen it happen to my friends. Like, I've been in situations where I feel like it kind of changed me, too. So, what advice would you give to women moving forward to not get, like, so wrapped up and lost into a relationship that it does end up changing the person that they are?
Leave that nigga.
That's about right.
I was about to say, that sounds like it is.
I mean, but ain't no way a nigga should let you. Look, do you, sis? I want to be your cheerleader just as much as you're my cheerleader. A man should never let a woman just fall back like that.
And then
Your man ain't supposed to put you up front.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Teach you some things.
Teamwork make the dream work.
And great
Jones,
segue.
what book you read this morning?
Great segue.
Huh?
What book you read this morning? You just gave
I just
us
love
some
black
quotes.
women.
My
Same.
past relationship, he read that book.
Look, that was a great segue, because I was going to speak on team. You mentioned team within the book as well.
Yeah.
You mentioned how, like, you got to be your team got to be just as good as one another.
Yeah.
And for those that don't know, you could go check out our last interview with Lyrical to learn more about the situation we're talking about right now.
Yeah.
But I want to also know, like, how can a team hurt you as well?
A team can hurt you when the team does not know what they're doing. But that falls back on you. If you are an artist and you are building your team up off of confrontation, you are building your team up off of just the clutter in the background, which is, oh shit, I want to be your manager, I want to be whatever. Like, your team cannot consist of your entourage. Your entourage should actually be the people that, quote unquote, in my opinion, work for you, because they should just work for you. But a team can hurt you if they don't know business. If somebody that's around you doesn't know corporate America business, like people forget that I worked for State Farm for 9 years. I also worked for AT&T for 6 years, and on each situation I was a manager. So and then I went to school. I went to college for business management. So I ain't just jump into this shit. I didn't want to be in it, but it's in me. You know what I'm saying? So a team can hurt you if they don't know certain things about just life and business. Now, if you just want to be on my team because you're emotional with me, you know that ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? So that's how a team can hurt you.
And speaking on the management part, you've been you say what, pretty much 13 years.
Yeah.
You've been out here on the music scene, and
I'm tired.
Hey, you said in the book, in the beginning of the book, you mentioned how you learned so much more without working a 9-to-5 and just actually chasing your dream. You learned so much more, and you've been able to do a lot more as well. And I was going to speak on, dang, I'm losing it now. I had it mentally. I had it, and then I just lost it. But I know you did speak on that. I lost it.
You getting old, bro.
I lost it. It was something important too, but I'm gonna move on to the egos, because with being in a team as well, egos can be a thing. And I know you spoke a lot about egos and negativity, and how can we change the egos within, I'm gonna just say, the music industry, because it's a lot of that.
Everybody got egos.
I don't think you can change the egos, because the ego is who you are. Now you can bring it down, or you can turn the volume down on it a little bit. But I think that people have to be trained. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. People have to be tamed. People have to be trained. I had to be trained how to be a manager by several mistakes that I made in terms of not following my gut. When a person was like, oh, okay, Lyric, here, you need to manage this person, I should have said no, because my gut told me no. You know what I'm saying? You just have to pick and choose your battles. That's kind of how I feel. Like, I got an ego, but I know my ego doesn't. I'm a loud person I'm a loud person physically, and I don't have to say shit. You know what I'm saying? I can come in a room. I'm not going to say anything because my presence speaks for itself. There's my ego right there, because I'm very confident in what I've done, what I'm doing, what I'm going to continue to do, and how I'm going to continue to bless people. People don't even understand, like, I didn't get in the music business because of something I wanted to do. God put me in the music business, and I'm supposed to save one soul a day. That's been my motto all my life. Okay, I'm just supposed to say the word God to somebody every day. It don't matter what we talking about. Oh, God made that shirt. Oh, okay. That's what I hear that I'm supposed to do. So that's what I do, because I'm in a demonic field anyway. And like, people don't understand that the music business started off with the devil. So, you know what I mean? Like, nothing was supposed to be easy at all. Like, I understand that. I understand that now. You're gonna start messing with people that get into this industry, and they wind up cutting themselves off because everything starts at home. You know what I'm saying? Everything starts at home. How you raise your kids starts at home. What you allowed to happen, that you didn't snatch their ass back, continues as they grow through their life. So.
And I got my question back, by the way.
Okay,
come on, old man.
Talking about egos, it brought it back.
Hurry
now,
up before you forget it.
I know, right? Look, so you've been managing artists for over 13 years. You've been dealing with a lot of different egos. What actually fuels your fire to keep managing?
Move that camera. I'm phasing out of management. I have my artists that I manage now, and I love them all. But I'm not picking up not one more person. I want to say ever, but I don't want God to be like, well, I don't.
No more rappers, no more artists.
I'm not interested.
Nothing with the music.
Nothing with music.
Why is that? Like, what's like?
I just feel like I've done, like, I want to live my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I haven't made the money that I want in this. I know that I'm in this because this is what he wanted me to do. But my life is like, I got to start living my life, and I got to start pushing myself, and I got to start, giving to the world what I've given to people that didn't appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? And I gave to them. Like, I gave them my heart, my soul, my tears, my blood, my time, my kids' childhood. I gave them everything. And I got the short end of the stick each time. So now I feel like the artists that I have, I know they're God sent, so I'm always going to be here for them. I'm always going to manage them, and we're going to ride it till the wheels fall off. But I just think anybody else, I'm not going to be fair to them because my mind is not there anymore.
I'm
like
happy.
that.
Yeah, I'm happy you brought up how you brought up your kids, because being a manager is not easy. Like you literally have to be there for your artists. It's like a 24/7 type of ordeal.
Yeah.
And when you have kids that's, growing up, you need to be there for them as well. It's difficult. So I'm happy you brought that up, because a lot of people don't understand.
Both of my kids grew up in the industry. Ashley's in the industry. You know what I'm saying? And Kamari just is a product of the industry, and he just and that little nigga can rap. I let him go to the studio for his 16th birthday. He had a whole little studio party, but he's a hooper. So
I always to be a basketball mom.
that's kind of where I'm going.
I know.
I want to get into sports management.
The politics in Georgia are horrendous when it comes to basketball. It's not easy at all. It's heartbreaking. It's hard because you just see these kids like trying to live out their dream, and it's only like 1% that's actually gonna make it to the league. And then you have some that, like, Kamari wants to go overseas. Kamari been balling all his life and he can hoop, but it's a million people that can hoop. And so now I can write a book that maybe I can write a book.
That was God.
I can write a book on I don't know nothing about basketball. I do, but I can write a book on just being a basketball mom and like having a child that's 5'10", but Kamari's a shooter, and being pushed back because he too short. He from Chicago. He got this attitude. He got I've been like, and we still. Because I'm not. Then I figured out, like, damn, I'm managing your damn career. Here it is. I'm managing your life, your clothing brand, all of this other stuff. So it hasn't been easy. It hasn't been easy.
So I just really want to know where you find the balance, because just hearing what you say, I ain't got no kids. I got a cat, and I can't even balance that.
Look,
shit.
I was on the phone with her earlier. She was snapping on the damn cat.
Sound like Big O on the phone.
I had cats all my life.
Okay, we'll talk about my cat off air.
Okay.
But
I had a Bengal too.
Oh, really?
I had a foreign cat.
Oh,
Spicy. Okay.
Look, I didn't even know nothing about cats. I'm like, it's a Bengal. Hold on. Man.
Look,
foreign cat.
Well, at least I know what
I had a
that
foreign
cat.
cat.
Yeah.
But how do you balance things?
This
Do you
is so
sleep?
intimate. No, I sleep now. I didn't used to sleep because worry used to keep me up. But maybe like when I went through the transition of my relationship ending, I realized that I am in life. We do things too fast. We drive too fast. We eat too fast. We use the bathroom too fast. We take a shower too fast. We on the phone too much.
I take my time with the bathrooms and showers.
Everything. No, I'm just shut up. But I'm just saying, like, we just do things fast. We rush. And so I just started realizing, like, I was like, okay, God, I got to get back to me. I need to do everything slow. I need to chew slow. I need to sleep. I need to eat. I need to just do everything slow. Like, I need to take my time when I'm in the like, you got to love on yourself. I had to start loving back on myself. And then on top of that, I had to find myself again. I had to get back to Belisha. Nobody knows who she is. Ooh. Everybody knows Lyrical.
So what's her name again?
Her name
Jones, what do you be doing to people?
Look at he's serious.
What's crazy?
We never had
don't even know my
do
real name. Oh my God. So my real name is Belisha, and it means dedicated to God. I've never said that before. It's Belisha.
Wow, we got an exclusive just like that. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Belisha.
Oh, don't you ever call me that though. But in the business it's Lyrical. And so I just had to get back to her because I don't remember who she was. And I don't remember, like, I used to run track. Like, it's so much stuff that I let my life, like, it just went. Like, I gave up poetry. I think I was telling y'all that last time. Like, I just stopped.
Yep.
I just stopped I stopped everything. And then until recently, I'm like, damn, okay, I just turned 44.
What?
You don't look it.
What? You
just
never.
turned 44.
What? Girl, you ain't never 44.
I'm on Joe's side with that looks like a lie.
I don't care because I had to embrace
She said it. I did
But
it.
the reason I never embraced it is because so many young people talk to me. Like, and I used to, whatever. But yeah, I just started like embracing.
Over there looking all young. Let the people know what you be eating.
Jones.
What you be drinking?
What you got, lime and ginger water?
I don't. I don't. I smoke now, but I don't drink.
The iLLANOiZE app is available now on Apple and Google Play Store. Download the app, get the latest news, stream our podcasts, watch interviews, and listen to iLLANOiZE Radio live. Download the app right now.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy. It's the one and only iLLANOiZE Jones. And right now, you're tuned into the dopest thing to hit the streets since crack cocaine. And you already know what you need to do. I ain't going to tell you because you should know what you got to do. And that's download that app, you know. And if you love me like you say you do, you'll already have it.
I love you.
Don't say it like, ooh! Wait.
Now, why you just do that?
Listen, now, we're going to live out this today's topic now.
I was just gonna...
Just got his little pennies wet. Now, why you do that?
Don't talk to me like that now. Whew.
I swear.
Let me cool down for a minute. Let me drink some water. I'm getting hot in here.
Well, while you do that, I have a question.
Yeah.
So now we kind of talked about the book. So I know recently, well, I think it was earlier this year, you guys, I don't remember everybody who was on it, but you could put together like the Clout Chaser panel. So I didn't get to go to the event because I was working, but I wanted to go, but you know, I didn't see necessarily like the best feedback from the event. So I just want to know, like, what was the purpose of the panel? Like, you know, what, not in like a, what was the purpose, but like when you guys put together the panel, what was the goal for that panel?
I actually got great feedback.
Oh, okay.
And I did get negative feedback too, but the negative feedback that came back, I winded up contacting them because I wanted them to tell me what the issue was. One of the issues was Aunt made a comment about y'all niggas ain't never been to Iceland. That was a big one.
Hey, yo, I like that though.
That's a bar.
And it's understandable. Like, you ain't never been to Iceland. How you gonna judge anything?
So it was like certain stuff like that. But
they some pussies, whoever said that.
The reason that the clout chase, the reason that I put it on is because we are a clout chasing city. That's just what it is.
Hit it hard on the nail.
It's not it just, that's what it is. That's what we do. Not we do, but that's what people feel like they have to do. And so I was like, I'm just lyrical. I'm just a woman. Let me just pull together all my friends. And I was able to pull 17 heavies that have been in the industry. And I didn't reach for any of the younger generation. Oh, no, I did have some youngers up there, but I didn't know them to put them on there, but I needed a different perspective. And so people don't understand that having a perspective in life is the most important thing. You need perspective. So they needed to understand why maybe you can't get to some of us or what we've done. And a lot of people's like, oh, we ain't never heard of y'all. You a lie. You never heard of our artists, though. You get what I'm saying? Like, who you thought was pushing them? You know what I'm saying? Like, then it was the Iceland comment. Then it was, you know, nobody saw, like, the purpose of it. And it was, that's fine. That's your perspective. But for a lot of people, it helped people. And for me, it was just, I needed to get us all in a room together to be able to just talk about different views and different things. But people felt like we were hating on Chicago. I can't hate from where I'm from. You know what I mean? You're not going to sit up here and act like you don't have anything negative about the crib. Like, this is...
Yeah.
Yeah, and look.
Yeah, we can't
most of the artists, people's favorite artists, you managed. Let's talk about it now, Lyrical.
Yeah.
You done did your thing. You done put a lot of people in front of good business. A lot of people wouldn't have got signed.
Yeah.
That's busting a day.
Signed or even had the shine.
Yeah.
To be
You
honest.
put a lot of people in good positions and they didn't know how to drive.
For y'all to say that, I just be like, yeah, because I'm glad that people see that. Like, y'all saw that.
You put a lot of people in the game, coach, and they couldn't hoop.
But
They was traveling, they ain't know how to dribble. Or you put them in a car and they ain't know how to drive.
And crashed
it. And you ain't heard from them since.
Do you think you would put together like another one? So like considering the feedback you got from the last one and like how that went down, because obviously I know you didn't just do it for no reason. Of course you didn't do it to shit on anybody.
No,
like
nobody.
You know,
I did it to bring awareness to Chicago. Like, we say that we don't have anything in Chicago. We don't have a union. I showed y'all a union. You know what I'm saying? We were shaped in a U. It was 17 people on the panel. And one of the people that had, like, he had a lot to say about it, and he was angry. And I wound up reaching out to him because there was so many comments and so many people that were, like, you know, agreeing with him. And I was like, oh, hey, hold on. I DM'd him. We wound up having a conversation, and I explained to him my perspective. And I still thanked him for coming. And then I booked him for something, and he's working with me tomorrow on something that I'm doing. It ain't about, like...
No, but sometimes... But no,
you get what I'm saying?
I get that sometimes you do have to have those healthy dialogues.
Yeah.
You know, like, because everybody, we do have different perspectives. And especially, you know, if you're dealing with a difference in generation. Because I can speak for the younger generation. A lot of time we think we know everything when we really don't know shit at all.
Yeah, and keep in mind, we didn't have enough time. Like, we had... That panel was supposed to last for 2.5 hours. We started late because we black. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, it was so many people that I should have narrowed it down to maybe like 7 or 8. But it's hard when you got so many people that have different perspectives that can help you in different ways. And I just wanted to pull them all into a room and have people network with people too. But that conversation got so heated that we had to go to the back, have a conversation. You know what I mean? Just everybody relax, drink some water. Calm down, settle down. But it wasn't long enough because we couldn't answer the people's questions that were in the back, and we needed to. And so I was supposed to do another one, but then I'm always busy. But I probably would do...
Let me moderate. I'm a great moderator.
Okay. I probably would do another one. Actually, I'm putting together a show once Chicago opens back up. In the name of Jesus, please let it happen in January. But I'm putting together an all-female show.
Ooh, let her put a poet on the lineup, please.
All female.
Please,
all female.
What's one thing that artists in Chicago kind of like don't get about the industry here?
Great question, Joe.
We need to stop. Why you have to ask that question? We need to stop feeding into beefs. We need to stop egging shit on. We need to stop. We need to grow up. We need to know that if we have a voice, then you need to speak it in a positive way. And you need to know that God gave you a talent and that he's waiting on you to recognize the talent, to do it in his likelihood. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't curse. That don't mean that you can't argue. That don't mean that you can't whatever. But you got to do it to get from point A to point B and not from point A back to point Z. You know what I'm saying? Like, we be going back and back and back, and then we wonder why, you know.
Things happen.
Yes.
Another question I wanted to ask.
I don't want to answer your question.
Why not? So I was watching, because you were speaking on it before we went to break, and I was watching the Busta Rhymes Drink Champs, and he was speaking on Chris Lighty, and he was saying Chris Lighty was going through a lot, and what he was saying was, for him to be managing P. Diddy, Mary J. Blige, and all these superstars, you know, he was like, they all ran to him to deal with their personal stuff. Who did he run to handle his personal stuff?
He didn't have anybody to run to.
So I want to ask you, like, when things get too much for you and you overwhelmed with everything, like, how do you handle that?
Or who do you
run to or like talk to?
My kids. I recently just decided, not decided, but I recently realized, like, my kids are my best friend. Kamari been glued to my hip. I had Ashley when I was 16. So Ashley's a grandparent's baby. Kamari is a mama's boy. So he's been with me. He moved to Atlanta with me, and he was on stage with Tink, with Dirk, with Zay, with Gaines, with whoever else. You know what I'm saying? So when I would go through stuff, I shut down. That's just me. I shut down. But I can't let people in the industry, people never knew that me and him broke up, ever. I never spoke on it. I never said nothing about it. The only reason people knew is because of what he was posting. When I had situations with artists, you never knew. You would hear about shit, but I never spoke on it. I just, because I feel like at that time God had me quiet for a reason. You shut up. People's karma is gonna get them. That ain't got nothing to do with you. Vengeance is mine. You let that be. And so for me, I'm a Scorpio, so I deal with it internally because I feel like what's the purpose of me telling you what's going on with me anyway? You ain't finna help me. You're not finna put no money in my pocket. You might pray for me. I might not want your prayers. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not finna come over here and hold me. You're not finna, like, hey, you're not finna do nothing for me that's gonna help me. So I have to go to people that I know care about me and love me, and that are going to tell me the honest to God truth. Because I had a lot of people that were around me that were yes men. A lot. That was my fate. That was my ultimate fail. You know what I mean? When they could have told, you know what I'm saying? Like, just like, don't, and that's my thing. Like, and I put that in the book.
I was gonna say,
don't be like, I don't need you to be a yes person. If you're a yes person, you're not for me.
Get from around me.
Get the fuck from around me. And that's a lot of people's downfalls, because you got people around you that's just gonna tell you what you want to hear. And why do you want to hear that? And for my situation, it wasn't that I wanted to hear that. It was just, I had people that was like, that I had stopped managing, that would come and ask me like, hey, Lyric, can I keep you on my bio though? Hey, can I still hashtag LEM, because like I need that tag on me? The fuck? Like, I worked hard for that. Like, I had those type of situations that came up, and it was just like, that's not genuine love. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody around this bitch chasing a bag. You know what I'm saying? For me, I'm chasing purpose. I was chasing appreciation. I was chasing like divine intervention, and I wasn't getting none of it. So it was like, okay, everything that's ever happened to me all has to do with God, because that's just how he has me set up. Like, scarred. I'm supposed to be scarred. Fill back up. Do what I tell you to do. I'm gonna make sure you're taken care of.
Now, you know, before we end things, you know, we in a, you know, Chicago is a city full of talent. Full of talent. And you said something that stuck out to me on page 26. You said, be original and not try and be like what you see. If God wanted a double of what was already out, he would have created a twin. And, you know, reading that, I'm like, you know, we hear a lot of the same, on the music side, we hear a lot of the same things, a lot of the same sounds. I mean, it's a lot of, I saw this tweet not too long ago, copy and duplicate.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, knowing that and seeing that, I got to ask you, what's some ways that people can learn to be original? Because as of now, you know.
Just be you. That starts from the beginning. Like, just don't change who you are. Like, I saw today, I swear to God, and maybe I was dreaming, but I probably wasn't dreaming, but there's like a Spanish Pop Smoke now. What? And he came out like today, and his ass was rapping like Pop Smoke. And I was like, oh, okay. But you know what? Like, got me in my ear was like, he was Spanish though. He didn't try to come out and be like he came out as like his people, and just made it. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, don't change who you are. And nobody needs, like, we never had two Keiths. We never had. You can't have two of the same. What you need them for? They already where they at. We already got you. So like, what you gonna do original? And you have to understand, like, everybody's talent is not the same. Even though you might be a fashion designer and y'all might make the same exact clothes, it's something inside of you that's different that you haven't tapped into, because you're either scared to put it out there because you think it's weird and it's not going to be accepted, or you just don't, like, you don't know yourself enough.
And that's what I was going to ask you too, like, you know, because I know, of course, you're going to say be you. You know, you know, but it's people that still haven't found themselves yet. So, like, how, you know, what for you personally, what did you go through, or what was something that led you to find yourself that could possibly help the next person find their identity?
Oh, hell, I don't know. I don't even know if I found myself. Shit, I don't know. Like, I'm like, and I'm answering honestly. Like, I don't. My life is like so like cookie cutter. You know what I'm saying? I know that I'm supposed to use words. I was a poet. I know that I'm supposed to dabble in music. I was a singer. I know that I'm supposed to dabble in sports. I ran track. I know that I was supposed to have kids. I know that I'm supposed to be a good woman. I know that I'm supposed to be a good daughter, a good sister. That's all I know. I don't really know how to tell a person how to be. I just know how to tell you what's going to happen if you don't be yourself. I know what's going to happen to you. I know what's going to happen if you go down this path. Now, as far as me, I'm about to live my damn life, because I've done it. I've done, like, you know what I'm saying? I've poured my soul into people, and people always fail you because that's man. God never fails you. And that's what we have to get back to. But people be so embarrassed, like, because right now, like, I got on Clubhouse. I'm sure everybody know what Clubhouse is, okay?
Clubhouse.
Clubhouse is like the most amazing. If you're invited into it, it's the most amazing thing. All of a sudden, I get on Clubhouse, I got followers out of nowhere. So I did like a chat room about, well, how has God nourished your business? Justine Bateman was in there, the lady that played the movies. I had to get on Google and say, why is you in my room? How do I get to you? You got a billionaire. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So I got in there and I was just talking, like, I just feel like people just have to get back to the nook and cranny of your life. If you have kids or if you don't have kids, understand that when you do have kids, how you raise them, how you love on them, all that materialistic bullshit don't save their life. Music does not save a person's life. God saves your life. It has nothing to do with a book, a computer, a radio station, or whatever. It has all to do with the perspective of how you're supposed to be living your life. You have a conscience. Your conscience is God. You have a gut feeling. That's God. You know the difference between right and wrong. It's in us. Mm-hmm. It's in us.
It's in us, not on us.
That's it.
God body.
It's not rocket science.
Dropping gems.
Let everybody know where they can get this book so they can learn some more gems.
You can get my book from Amazon. You can get my book from iTunes. It's an ebook as well.
How can they get physicals?
Oh, you got to order from Amazon. Or you got to pull up on me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to grab them. Make sure y'all holler at Hustleman on 55th. He got a stack of them already.
That's a lie.
You're like, not going. Again, let people know where they can find you, Lyrical.
You can find me on Instagram at Lyrical's Heart. You can find me, my label, 323 Music Group. You can also find me on my website, 323musicgroup.com. You can find me on Twitter, iLLANOiZE Management. Where else can they find me at?
Everywhere.
She bees in the trap.
You can Google me. You can Google me. I'm
Google.
Definitely Googleable.
Mm-hmm. Googleable.
I like that.
Okay, Googleable.
I'm definitely Googleable. But if you pray for a dynamic woman, I will pop in your life. I'm sure of it.
Amen. Amen.
I've been in Jones' life since 2012.
How did you last this long, girl?
She disappear and go to Atlanta.
Right. We take breaks. We take year breaks.
And she come to iLLANOiZE Radio once a year.
Oh, man. Hey, we definitely appreciate you taking out time.
No problem.
Coming through, showing love, and dropping gems like you normally and always do.